Well, we've seen the best 4-3-3. Let's take a look at the best 4-2-3-1, shall we? This is another tactic by Joshua Daly, whom we've seen stuff from before, but it is claimed the best 4-2-3-1, and basically the description says it is a fantastic free-flowing tactic that focuses play down the left and the right, resulting in a lot of wing play. So if your wingers are good, let's check this one out. There is a video on it, as usual. I have not seen it, but usually they go very well in depth into how they made it, why they made it, and what you can do to kind of increase it and kind of gear it a lot closer to your players. He tested it out with Shakhtar Football Academy on holiday and got a 97% win rate. 30 play, 29 wins, 1 loss. We're going to see what it does with our 3 teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa, and our championship side of Ipswich Town in just a minute. But the tactic itself, as you can see, is a fairly standard 4-2-3-1. We will get into the tactic discussion a little bit later in the video, but for right now, let's check out how the Premier League teams did. Well, as you can see, Liverpool coming in first, 93 points, 103 goals, 29 against. Pretty good so far. That's a nice start. Aston Villa, though, in 5th. We have definitely seen them higher, but it's still, in FM24, they're scheduled to be around 10th or thereabouts. So coming in 5th, Champions League spots, you see that. 77 points, 90 goals for. It's looking pretty nice so far, at least. Well, Liverpool already have 1 trophy in hand. You can see, unfortunately, they do lose out in the EFL Cup quarterfinals against Arsenal, 1-1 in penalties. But trophy number 2, FA Cup final, 2-0 over Fulham. And what is funny, trophy number 3 comes 3 days earlier in the Europa League final, 2-0 against Atalanta. I think it's hysterical that you've got FA Cup and EFL Cup May 22nd for the Europa League and then May 25th for the FA Cup final. That is 3 days apart. That is hard, but they won both. So Premier League, they got the trophy. Europa League, they got another trophy. FA Cup, they got a 3rd trophy. All 3 are fantastic trophies to have. Carabao Cup out in the quarters, but out of all 4 of those, that is definitely the least important. Squad-wise, the Greens are getting me. They're not as many as I would have expected, but goals 26 for Nunez, Salah with 24, Luis Diaz with 20. Those 3 firing, it's pretty good up front. Assists 18 for Szoboszlai, Robertson with 15, as does Trent. And then average rating 7.43 for Szoboszlai, 7.36 for Robertson. I'm actually surprised Salah's all the way down with just a 7.14, but still not a slew of green. I would have expected at least a couple more players. But hey, 3 trophies, proven me wrong. Well, we already know that Liverpool win the FA Cup, so Aston Villa out against Arsenal 0-2 in the 4th round, but picking up that trophy, that last trophy that they needed, EFL Cup final, West Ham 4-0. What a drubbing. But unfortunately, that's all they're going to get. 0-6 in the semi-final second leg against Fiorentina. Again, it's Fiorentina, always for some reason. They win away from home, but get crushed at home. So yeah, Premier League, they get 5th. Not the worst, but they get Champions League in there, Conference League out in the semis, out in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and then winners of the Carabao Cup. You actually can see there seems to be almost more green here for Aston Villa than Liverpool, but 34 goals for Ollie Watkins, Ramsey with 25. That's pretty nice. Assist-wise, 23 for Matty Cash, 21 for Diaby. Dang, 7.49. 7.47 for Buendia in 4 appearances, 7.39 for Jacob Ramsey, though. Data Hub starting to look like a baseball pitch. If you don't know, that's what it looks like. But attacking-wise, through the roof. Dribbling's sort of there, not really. Aston Villa, though, is a little bit less on the fouls against per game, but overall still attacking-minded and fantastic. Liverpool show coming right at you. Liverpool in Premier League with most goals, 103 goals. Aston Villa second with 90. Arsenal all the way down with 73, as is Tottenham. Fewest shots against. Liverpool and Aston Villa make the cut 3rd and 6th. Most possession, 3rd for Liverpool, 57. It's kind of on the upper side of average. Aston Villa on the average side. Dribbles made, Aston Villa in 4th. Liverpool all the way in 7th. Most tackles, nobody. Best pass completion, nobody. But shots for 654 for Liverpool. Aston Villa coming in 4th with 527. As we shift things to our championship side of Ipswich Town, you can see 3rd place, not bad, 97 points, well above Leicester in 4th. But if you took control of this, you only have 6 points between you and Leeds. So I'm sure if you can play it well and do what you need to and get your team sorted and situated, I think you've got a good chance at first right there. But 3rd place in promotion playoff spots, unfortunately, you're out in the semis 4-0. 4-0 against Norwich. Ouch. Cup runs, you make a couple of good moves, but 0-0 against Arsenal, and that's actually a pretty good result. Even though you lose out in the EFL Cup third round, Chelsea, the quarters, 0-1 in extras. You're playing really well. So championship table, you come in third. Unfortunately not promoted, but you've gotten close. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, you're not expected anyway. You did fairly well up until you get kicked out. And then squad-wise, wow, 1 in the green. 28 goals, though, for Hurst. Finally back to his winning ways. 15 for Nathan Broadhead, not too bad. Assists, 18 for Leif Davis is fantastic. Chaplin with 10. Everyone else kind of missed the ball there. And then 7-3-2 for Leif Davis, and that's the only one in the green. So as we look at the championship stats, you can see most goals, Ipswich Town with 102. That does include the promotion playoff spots, but unfortunately they only got 1 there. Fewest shots against, all the way down in 5th. Most possession in 5th with 56. Yeah, it's pretty average. Most dribbles made, you are there in 4th. Most tackles, though, no. Best pass completion, no. And most shots for in 2nd. So let's take a look at the best 4-2-3-1 tactics so far. Sweeper keeper in support is where you start out. Wing backs on the left and the right. You can see there are individual player instructions, both in attack. Ball playing defenders in defend in the central spots. A DM in support next to a ball winning midfielder in support. Inside forward on the left in support and the right. Attacking midfielder in attack in the central attacking spot, and then you've got an advanced forward in attack up front. Attacking mentality. In possession, attacking width is fairly wide. Approach plays pass into space. Focus play down the left and the right. Passing directness is much shorter. Tempo is higher. Low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the entire back line and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. So did this tactic work? Is it the best 4-2-3-1 ever? Well, I will say Ipswich Town coming in third is a fantastic spot to be in, and you're not too far away from first and second spots. Automatic promotion. It worked. I cannot say that it didn't. But unfortunately, Aston Villa still coming in 5th place is, while good, not the greatest that we've seen. Probably not the best 4-2-3-1 that we've seen. Maybe for the teams that he used it for. But overall, I think we've seen better results with a lot of other tactics, or at least some other tactics that we've tried. But don't get me wrong, this is definitely a good tactic to take a look at. It definitely worked. It gets you up in the table from where you're supposed to be. So definitely check it out. And the video itself, definitely check that out. See where you can kind of increase how you're doing things, how to fit it better into your team, training hopefully, and things like that. But that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.